Welcome to Cooking and Kids. My name is Vlada'S. Together with my son Marco and daughter Michaela, I'm on a mission to teach American families how to cook and eat healthy. Watch out, junk food, because here we come! Come and join us as we create new recipes and learn old-world cooking skills. This show is for all of you young cooks and gardeners. So let's get it done and let's have some fun. Travels to Europe, I was reminded how much people value family, friends, and good food. And inspired by that, we at Vlada'S Seeds of Life are on a mission to bring some of that goodness to our own community and our beautiful Temecula. In today's episode, I'm taking you to a very special place. We are going to Rose Haven Heritage Gardens, where we're going to pick our pumpkins for the recipe of the day. From there, my assistant Abby and I are taking you to kitchen to show you how to bake a pumpkin pie from scratch. And today we're not baking just for fun, but we are baking with a greater purpose. We are organizing a special community event to which we'll be taking our dessert. Our country is blessed with so many beautiful communities, and I'm very fortunate to live in one of them. Our town is best known for beautiful vineyards and its wine. However, those who know it well also know it for its lush and beautiful gardens. So I'm really excited to take you to one of the prettiest places in a town called Temecula. Temecula Rose Garden was established in 1991 and today is home to 1,600 roses. But there's a lot more going on here than just roses. This place also has one of the prettiest community gardens, and that's why we are here today. They grow all kinds of fruits and vegetables in this garden. This amazing garden was intended to invite community, in particular children, and to teach them how to grow their own food and how to eat healthier. We were really fortunate to participate in one of these community events and join a group of parents and kids on the tour of the garden. This was also a great opportunity to harvest pumpkins for a pumpkin pie.
And what we're going to plant today is cabbage. Has anybody ever eaten cabbage? Raise your hand, cabbage eaters. You may not know that you've eaten cabbage because they use it a lot in soups and stews. Sometimes they wrap stuff in it and bake it in the oven for you, or they make coleslaw out of it. So if you've ever had any of those things, you've eaten cabbage. Cabbage is a winter vegetable, which means that they don't mind if it gets a little frosty in the. So if you want one of these, there's a few over there. Again, we'll have to share if we have enough people that want to use these.
And off we go. With this many helping hands, we're going to have a garden planted in no time. It never stops to amaze me how eager kids are to work in a garden and how much they love to have their hands in dirt. Kids are so natural at this, and all we need to do is just to take a little time and show them how to do it. Everyone was having fun and we were learning so much, and this is just one of the beauties of having a community garden as this one. After planting cabbage, we were off to harvest pumpkins. Spending time in nature with your family is so important. And when you add the aspect of learning, this turns into a perfect classroom. And now that we have all our hard work done, we're off to have some fun. The next stop is an art class. And of course, we're going to do art on the pumpkins we harvested earlier. I love to see kids engaged in arts and crafts. I love to see their creativity, especially when it's in a social setting like this. And I really love to see them away from electronic devices. But what I love the most is seeing younger and older generations learning and playing together. Today, we're learning all there is to learn about the rose hips. Such gatherings are good for our kids on so many different levels. Learning important living skills like gardening and social skills like working with others are very important for our kids. I said it many times that we all advance on giving hearts of individuals. And one of those champions is Ms. Barbara here, who is you're a member of this association, the Haven
Temecula Valley Rose Society. We own this garden, but it is an open public garden, so everyone is welcome to come and enjoy it. I work up above in the children's vegetable garden, and I have a big heart for children. So I do it because I love to see kids get their hands dirty, enjoy nature, try some vegetables that maybe they've never tried before, and see where vegetables come from.
So would you say that children engage, that this is something that kids like to do? They are interested in it?
I think they are, you know, with the smiles on their faces and the excitement that I see, and even the comments that I get from the parents. I feel like it's worth it, it's working.
There's nothing stopping any of you to do something amazing as Ms. Barbara is doing here. Donating your time and your knowledge is one way to make a difference. And now that we have the fresh pumpkins from the garden, the only thing to make with that is a good pumpkin pie. So why don't we show you all how to make a homemade pumpkin pie using all natural ingredients and how to do it from scratch. So we're showing you how to make a pumpkin pie using sweet meat squash, but the recipe is exactly the same if you would use regular pumpkins. Okay, this particular squash, it's pretty hard, so be careful when you cut it. And Abby, would you help me open it? Okay. Let's see what we got inside. That looks great. I want you to smell this, and I want you to tell our viewers, what are you smelling? Smell it. I'll let it come to you, and tell me, what do you smell? Watermelon. It smells like a watermelon and cantaloupe put together. It smells like a most beautiful summer day. That's what it smells like. And it's all in October squash. I don't know how is that possible. Maybe it was soaking the sun the whole summer long, and here it is. It smells phenomenal. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut this in smaller pieces, and then we're gonna roast it. So that will be step one. So the next step is to get the seeds out. You can use a spoon and just get as much as you can. By the way, these seeds are really good if you want to roast them. And when we cook a pumpkin, we usually save the seeds, and we can roast them on 350 for about 15 minutes. And they're really good and healthy for you. This is fun, Abby, isn't it? Mm-hmm. All right. So we have our pumpkin ready for baking. And Miss Abby, can I ask you to put this in the oven for me? Mm-hmm. All right. We're going to bake it for probably about 35 to 40 minutes on 350. Okay, I can help you. We just gave you approximate time for roasting, but the best way to know if it's done or not is by using fork. Make sure the fork can comfortably go through the pumpkin before you take them out. So So we're gonna clean up, and the next step is to make a homemade crust. So we're gonna show you how to do that. All right, Abby, I'm gonna need your help with the pie crust. So can you slice this cold butter in fine slices for us? Please, okay? And I'm gonna add a little bit of salt to this dish, okay? Maybe a little bit of sugar too. Just a pinch of salt and pinch of sugar. And I'm gonna help Abby. So it's really important that you start with the cold butter because this will ensure the flakiness of the dough. Abby, we have 2 sticks of butter, pinch of salt, pinch of sugar. Now let's put some flour in there. So we don't have the exact measurement for the pie crust, but we will know by thickness. And to help you get to the recipe, we will measure how many cups of flour we get. Okay, here comes the first one. Hold on, okay. All right, so my partner here is rolling up her sleeves. She means business, and let's see if we got this proportion here right. So 2 sticks of butter, 2 cups of flour, and let's see what happens. Let's just have fun with it. Just squish it really hard between your fingers. And let's work as fast as we can because we don't want this butter to melt. Okay. Ow! I think I got somebody's finger in the dough. This is fun. And the dough is slowly shaping up because the temperature, that is heat of our hands, is slowly melting the butter and it's combining it with the flour. It's a little bit more work, and soon we're gonna have a perfect dough. Okay, Abby, I'm gonna finish up the dough. You go wash up your hands, and then we're gonna roll this out. So now that butter has melted, now we're just gonna invest a little bit of time to combine this dough and make it nice and smooth. And to do it, we might need just a little bit more flour on the side. Just a sprinkle of flour. A little bit between your fingers like this. Our dough looks good, and we're gonna put it in the fridge for a little bit just to keep it nice and cool while we move to the next thing. Abby, here's the baby. Tuck it in and put it in the fridge. Would you do that for me? All right. It's yours.
And then it was time to clean up. Just a quick tip. Allow pumpkins to cool before you start peeling them.
Now the pumpkin has cooled off. We're gonna cut it, peel it and cut it. And Abby here is, she can show us how to do it. Okay, you just need a little knife and just go very thin on the skin to save as much as the pumpkin as possible.
With pumpkin pre-cut, we're moving back to a pie crust.
Okay, and we are ready to get back to our dough. Abby, bring the dough and let's see what we got. Okay, let's see what we got. It's looking good. And did you know, Abby, that you could bake cookies with this? Okay, and all you need to do is to alter recipe just a little bit. So we have flour and butter in it, right? Now, picture if we added a little bit more sugar in this same dough, a touch of lemon or lemon zest, and a little bit of vanilla. Then you could take this dough and make little balls and just kind of squish them flat and bake them individually. And this would make an amazing cookies. They're like a shortbread cookies. But that's not what we're doing today. We're going back to the crust. And I need a knife. Can I get a knife? Please, Abby. All right. Dough looks really good. And can you cut this in half for Vlada? I'm gonna work mine in like this, and if you want to start working yours, best. Let's see how good we did this. I got mine. There's yours. Okay. This is the ultimate test to see if we made a good dough. So far, it's performing well.
Thank God this came out good so we don't embarrass ourselves. So the next step is just to set it up in a baking dish and use your fingers to kind of shape it and spread it out the way you want it.
One down, one more to go. Okay, is this fun or what?
Yeah.
It is fun, yes. It's fun to make it, and it's even more fun to eat pie that has all that good flavor. And when you have food, you want food to be true, and you want food to have all the taste that nature offers. And I think, in this case, our pie will be just that.
And here is our second one too. And now it's time to get back to pumpkin filling.
Abby, would you put the pumpkin in a food processor? And to pumpkin, we're going to add 1 can of evaporated milk. That's good. Let's get everything out of it. We're going to do evaporated milk. Okay, and 2 eggs. Would you give us 2 eggs, Abby? And then we're going to add the sugar and some spices, and pretty much that's it. We're just going to let it blend, pour it in a pie shells, and bake it. So we're adding sugar,
1 teaspoon of cinnamon, half a teaspoon nutmeg, 1/4 teaspoon ground cloves,
and about a tablespoon of vanilla. All right, now this is about it. Abby, let's blend this. Let's bring it all together. Where's the lid?
Right there.
Okay, oh, right here. Okay, let's bring it all together. Ready? Okay. All right, so what's left is just to pour the mixture in a crust. All right, we're almost done, and I have to share with you that we had a huge mishap just before this. Abby, you want to tell them what happened?
So we had the food processor, and she lifted up, and something happened to the bottom, and everything spilled out all over the place.
Yes. So maybe we will even share this with you. I think I'm going to try to pull a couple of clips of what happened. But just because we look professional, it doesn't always mean we know what we're doing. And things happen to us as well. But the bottom line is we have enough filling for both pies. And I think the flavor is there, which is all that matters, right? Okay.
Depending on your oven, the pumpkin pie should be ready about in 30 minutes at 350.
With pies baking, we were ready to take a break and grab some lunch. Delicious homemade split pea soup. Just enough time to enjoy it before our pies were done.
All right, and I think it's time to try it now. Let's bring them all here. Let's try them and see what they taste like. The pies are still pretty hot, and the best way to serve them is when they cool a little bit, but we don't want to wait that long. So we're going to try this and make sure that it's as delicious as we said it will be. The only thing that's missing here, it's a scoop of ice cream, vanilla ice cream, or maybe a little bit of whipped cream. Abby, this crust, it's crumbling like crazy. It must be good. You want to try it?
Sure.
Okay. Let me take a little bite too. What do you think? It's very good. And the crust is crumbling, which means it's just going to melt in your mouth. And that's exactly what we wanted. Okay, let's get a next plate. Ready? This is going to be good. Okay. And since we don't have ice cream or the whipped cream, I'm just putting a little bit of nutmeg in mine. We're going to do the same thing on the rest of the pieces. And although pie might be too hot to be cut, I'm sure it's going to taste just as good. So all that's left is to take the other pie to our event tomorrow night and make sure that it's as good as we promised you it would be. Because we're going to have plenty of judges to judge our work tomorrow. This is good.
But we didn't stop there. We continued to cook and made this amazing creamy pumpkin soup and this delicious pumpkin strudel. And now that baking is all done, all that's left to do is to share our pie with our neighbors. We at Vlada'S Seeds of Life are big on bringing communities together. I grew up in a tight community, and to this day I believe in open arms and kindness towards your neighbors. I wish that everybody could adopt the attitude of being the first to reach out. And if we do, we can do amazing things through simply bringing people together, especially if we can bring younger and older generations together. No matter how advanced we become technologically, people will always need people. In so many ways, we were designed to love and share. And this is one of the things I wish that we can teach our younger generations. And for me, where there are people, there should be music. And when there's music, one should never miss opportunity to dance. Opa! Little dancing can work out the big appetite. Thanks to everyone, we had a big feast.
Just bread, that's it?
No, bread and all this. That's
Opa! Beautiful, just beautiful. And with dinner starting, it was time to change the music. We have so much talent in our communities. We just need to bring it together. And then it was time to once again pick up the pace. despite all the negative news which we are bombarded with daily through social media, I believe there are so many wonderful things in this country which are worth celebrating. We should all be so proud of the versatile and rich heritage of this country. We are so unique in that way. I hope this episode will inspire you to reach out to your neighbors and organize similar events in your community. For we can't have strong America without strong American families and communities. Life is a fine dance of giving, and I want to teach our kids to never miss a beat.
When I volunteer, it brings joy to my heart. It makes me happy inside. It makes me feel like I'm giving back, and I like to do that. Really, everyone should be volunteering in whatever they know how to do, whatever that pleases them. And we all have hidden talents, and no one knows about them until you volunteer and bring that out to people. We need to bring families back to the dining table. When I was younger, our neighbors, we used to do it like every weekend. We'd have a potluck in the middle of the street, picnic tables, we would all bring food, and it was some of the best memories I've had when I was younger, and that is missing in America.
I think we should get together more often because people really need to get together heart to heart. You know, it's really important for us to get to know each other. We can support each other like people used to do. And it's great to have an event like this. We all enjoyed it.
Good food, good music, just like you had today. And I love the culture of it. You know, just bringing all the different cultures. We got together, we all brought different plates. Cooking brings families together.
I believe in this type of gathering helps children to have more confidence, because I myself, growing up in the Filipino culture, that we love, you know, people all together with food, with entertainment, and it creates a lot of energy. It's very intimate, it's very into the relationship.
I think that we should do events like this all the time.
Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed your time with us. For those of you who would like to find out more about our initiative for healthier and happier American families and communities, please check us out at www.vlada'S.com. Bye for now, and until our next episode, please take good care of yourself and those around you.